Good morning students, myself Mahesh B. Koot, and today we are going to discuss last part of biomolecules. So that contains these following aspects. So these are the contents we are going to discuss in the today's session: hormones, vitamins, types of vitamins, nucleic acid, nitrogenous base, pentose sugar, phosphate group, structure of the nucleic acid, DNA, RNA, function of DNA and RNA, and difference between DNA and RNA. So these are the contents we are going to discuss in this session. So starting from hormones. So what are hormone, guys? Hormones are the chemical substance produced by endocrine gland. Chemical substance produced by endocrine gland, which are biochemical messengers. Hormones are the chemical substance produced by endocrine gland and which are biochemical messengers. So this is a classification of hormone. Hormone mainly classified into steroid hormones and non-steroid hormones. In steroid hormone, again two types: adrenaline cortical and sex hormones. Adrenaline cortical hormone, that includes corticoids hormone, and in sex hormone again two types: female sex hormone and male sex hormone. So male sex hormones, usually androgens. Example is testosterone is an example for a male sex hormone. In female sex hormone again two types. One is estrogen, that secretes estradiol hormone, and second one is progesterone, which secretes progesterone hormone. I hope you understood. Next category, non-steroid hormone. In non-steroid hormone, peptide hormones are there. So example, insulin, glucagon. Amino acid derivative hormones are there. Example is thyroidal hormones. Miscellaneous hormones are there. Example, prostaglandins, cytokinin. So this is an example for miscellaneous hormones. I hope you understood. This is regarding classification of hormones. Now we'll study vitamins. What are vitamins, guys? Vitamins are the organic compounds required in the diet. Diet means small quantity. So in a small amount to maintain normal health growth and nutrition of human being and animals. So vitamins are the organic compounds. Vitamins are the organic compounds required in the diet in a smaller amount to maintain normal health growth and nutrients of human beings and animals. So they are very required in a very small amount and help to maintain the normal growth and nutrients. So now we will study the classification of vitamins. Vitamins are mainly classified into two categories. First one, fat soluble vitamins. Look at the name. Name itself indicates fat soluble. So the vitamins which are soluble in fats. Look at here. The vitamins which are soluble in fat are called fat soluble vitamins. Fat or oil. Vitamins which are soluble in fat or oil, but insoluble. They are not soluble in water. So the vitamins which are soluble in fat or oil but insoluble in water, they are called fat soluble vitamins. Example here is vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. So these all are the examples for fat soluble vitamins. Next category, water soluble vitamins. So again name itself indicate, guys, here water soluble. This means the vitamins which are soluble in water are called water soluble vitamins. So this water soluble vitamins contains example vitamin B, vitamin C are soluble in water. Vitamin B complex. So in vitamin B again there is a B1, B2, yes, B3, B5. These all are the examples for water soluble vitamins. So B5 is made up of nicotinic acid and folic acid. B6 and B12, these are also an example for the water soluble vitamin. So water soluble vitamin must be supplied regularly in a diet. So they must be supplied regularly in a diet. I hope you understood. Fat soluble vitamins means the vitamin soluble in fat. Example, vitamin A, D, E and K. Water soluble vitamins means vitamins which are soluble in water. Example, vitamin B, vitamin C. In vitamin B again, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6 and B12 vitamins. So I hope you understood. Now we will study vitamins one by one. Okay, carefully see here. These are the vitamins and these are the sources where we find that vitamins, and these are the diseases caused by the deficiency of this vitamin. So if the vitamin is lesser in our body, which disease will be caused to our body? So that those are like this one. These are the diseases, these are the sources, and these are the vitamins. Starting from vitamin A. Vitamin A is usually found in fish liver oil, carrots, butter and milk. So deficiency of vitamin A causes xerophthalmia. Deficiency of vitamin A causes xerophthalmia and night blindness. Second one, vitamin B. Vitamin B mainly involves the chemical thiamine. So this vitamin B is usually found in yeast, milk, green vegetables and cereals. So vitamin B1 is mainly found in yeast, milk, green vegetable and cereals. So due to deficiency of vitamin B1 causes beriberi, loss of appetite, retarded growth. So beriberi, these are the some characteristics of beriberi disease. So due to deficiency of vitamin B1 causes beriberi. Next one, vitamin B2. Vitamin B2, so the chemical involved in vitamin B2 is riboflavin, and vitamin B2 is mainly found in milk, egg white, liver and kidneys. So these are the main sources for the vitamin B2, and due to deficiency of this vitamin B2 causes digestive disorders. Mainly causes digestive disorders and burning sensation of skin. Burning sensation of skin. So these are the main diseases caused by the deficiency of vitamin B2. Similarly, next one, vitamin B12 is mainly found in meat, fish, egg and curd. So these are the rich source for the vitamin B12, and the disease caused by the deficiency of vitamin B12 is pernicious anemia. Pernicious anemia is nothing but a type of anemia disease only. Okay, next one, vitamin C. Vitamin C is usually found in citrus fruits, green leafy vegetables. So mainly vitamin C is found in citrus fruit and green leafy vegetable. So deficiency of vitamin C causes scurvy disease. Which disease? Scurvy. Okay, next one, vitamin D. Vitamin D is mainly found in when we expose our body to the sunlight. So there also we can get a vitamin D from the sunlight, and also in fish by eating egg yolk. So these all are the rich source for the vitamin D. Main thing is exposure to our sunlight. When we expose our body to the sunlight, we will get a vitamin D. And due to the deficiency of vitamin D causes rickets. Which one? Rickets. I hope you understood. Next one, vitamin E. Vitamin E is mainly found in vegetable oils like vitamin B is mainly found in vegetable oils like wheat, germ oil and sunflower oil. So these are the rich source for the vitamin E. Increased fragility of RBC. So deficiency of vitamin E causes increased fragility of RBC and muscular weakness. This is very important. Muscular weakness causes due to the deficiency of vitamin E. Last one, vitamin K. Vitamin K is mainly found in green leafy vegetables. So due to deficiency of vitamin K increases the blood clotting time. Deficiency of vitamin K increases blood clotting time. So if we eat green leafy vegetables, we can get a vitamin K, we can get a vitamin D, also we can get a vitamin C, so we can get a vitamin B. Only by eating green leafy vegetables we can get 4 vitamins here. I hope you understood, guys. So these are some vitamins and the sources of that vitamins and deficiency of that vitamins causes which diseases and all. I hope you understood, guys. Next we will study nucleic acids. What are nucleic acid, guys? So nucleic acid are the biopolymers which play an important role in storage and transmission of genetic information. So nucleic acids are the biopolymers which play an important role in storage and transmission of genetic information in protein biosynthesis. So nucleic acids are those biopolymers which play an important role in storage and transmission of genetic information. So nucleic acid mainly classified into, so first we will study nucleic acid made up of three contents. Nucleic acid is made up of nitrogen base pair, pentose sugar and phosphate group. So we will study one by one. First one starting from nitrogenous base. So first one nitrogenous base. What are nitrogenous base? So they are the heterocyclic organic compounds. Nitrogenous base are the heterocyclic organic compounds containing two or more nitrogen atoms. They contains two or more nitrogen atoms in the ring skeleton. So nitrogen bases are nothing but an heterocyclic organic compounds containing two or more nitrogen atom. So what is heterocyclic organic compound? Nothing but a aromatic ring which contains a heteroatom like nitrogen, oxygen and all. We will study one by one then. So mainly two types of nitrogen bases are there. First one purine and second one pyrimidine. Starting with purine. Purine bases are nothing but the adenine, guanine are purine bases. Adenine and guanine. Remaining uracil, cytosine and thymine are the pyrimidine bases. So only this uracil is only nitrogen base pair found in RNA but not in DNA. And thymine is the only nitrogen base pair found in DNA, not in RNA. We will study each of the structure of each one. So these are the structures. Cytosine looks like this. Carefully see here. This is a heterocyclic ring because along with carbon there is a nitrogen atoms here. So what the nitrogen bases are? Heterocyclic organic compounds containing two or more nitrogen atom. Carefully see here. This is two nitrogen atoms are there here. Similarly here, two nitrogen atoms. Okay, so this is a all structures of cytosine, thymine, uracil, adenine and guanine. I hope you understood, guys. This is regarding nitrogenous bases, purine and pyrimidine bases. Now we will study pentose sugar, second composition of nucleic acid, pentose sugar. So sugar present in DNA is beta D 2-deoxyribose, while the sugar present in RNA is beta D ribose. So in DNA, beta D 2-deoxyribose is there. In RNA, beta D ribose is there. So how they locate? Look at here. Deoxyribose. Deoxy indicates there is no oxygen atom. Carefully see here, the everything is same in both the cases. But one thing is there at second carbon atom. This is the second carbon atom. Look at this hydrogen. Second carbon atom, this hydrogen does not contains O group. Therefore, this is deoxy, absence of oxygen. But carefully see here, guys. Here OH is there. So it is not a deoxy, only ribose. I hope you understood. So deoxyribose is found in DNA. Ribose is found in RNA. So what is difference between both these? Only at the second carbon atom, there is a H group here. Here it is a OH group. I hope you understood. Next one, last content of the nucleic acid, that is phosphate group. So they forms esters with hydroxy group of sugars. Phosphate group forms esters with hydroxy group of sugars. So in phosphate group, again we will classify the phosphate group into two types, nucleoside and nucleotide. Starting from nucleoside, nucleosides are nothing but a condensation of nitrogenous base with pentose sugar. Whatever nitrogenous base is there, no, that will condense with pentose sugar. Now we have already studied that one. Nitrogenous bases are nothing but adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine and uracil. These are the nitrogenous bases. Pentose sugar means deoxyribose and ribose. These are the pentose sugar. When these two combines through a beta N glucosidic linkage, so they will form a nucleoside. How they looks like? Linkage takes place between C1 of sugar and C9 of adenine. Carefully see here, guys. This is nothing but beta D ribose, nothing but a pentose sugar, what we can call. Look at here, pentose sugar. Then adenine. Adenine is nothing but your nitrogenous base. Adenine is a nitrogenous base. Beta D ribose is a pentose sugar. Combining these two, we are getting this one, nucleoside. Sorry, it is a nucleoside. Carefully see here. C1 of sugar and N9 of adenine will combine. Carefully see here, guys. This one is a C1 of sugar. This is a sugar. This is your nitrogen base pair. Now C1 of sugar, this point, then N9 of adenine. So how this N9? Look at here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th carbon, 9th nitrogen. And here first carbon only. So these are attached by which linkage? Beta N glycosidic linkage. So this is called a nucleoside. I hope you understood, guys. Nucleosides are formed by condensation of nitrogenous base with pentose sugar through beta N glycosidic linkage. So example for here nucleoside is adenosine and deoxyadenosine. This is an example for adenosine. I hope you understood. Now we will study nucleotide. So second classification of phosphate ester. Nucleotides are nothing but building blocks of nucleic acid. These are main building blocks of nucleic acid. So they are the monophosphate esters of nucleoside. Whatever we studied, no, as earlier, nucleoside. So monophosphate esters of nucleoside is called nucleotide. Example here is adenosine 5-phosphate, nothing but AMP, adenosine monophosphate. Nucleic acids are the condensation polymers. Nucleic acids are the condensation polymers of nucleotides. Hence the structure of the nucleic acid is given as. We will study now structure. Before going to that structure, I hope you understood the definition of nucleotide. Nucleotide is nothing but a building block of nucleic acid, and these are monophosphate esters of nucleoside. Example is adenosine 5-phosphate. So we will study that one. So starting from nucleic acid. So nucleic acid is nothing but condensation polymer of nucleotide. Whatever nucleotide is there, no, how nucleotide is prepared? Monophosphate ester. Look at here. This one is a monophosphate. Yes, is a H2PO4, nothing but a phosphate group. Ester of nucleoside. This entire thing is called a nucleoside. Here to this. This entire thing is called nucleoside. So this monophosphate esters of nucleoside is called nucleotide. This is an example of nucleotide. I hope you understood. Now we will study nucleic acid. Before going to the nucleic acid, so we will know what is the exactly this nucleotides locate. Sugar, phosphate. So this chain is continued, and to the sugar base is attached. So this is what structure of this nucleotide. Okay, I hope you understood. Now we will study the nucleic acid. Structure of nucleic acid. So you know already nucleic acid mainly categorized into two ways, DNA and RNA. DNA is made up of double standard polynucleotide chain. DNA is made up of double standard polynucleotide chain. What is DNA? DNA refers to deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid is a DNA. It is made up of double standard polynucleotide chain. Okay, the function of DNA. What are the function of DNA? DNA reserve for a genetic information. That means main genetic information is stored in DNA. It transmit hereditary information to the offspring. That means DNA will transmit whatever the hereditary nature is there, the characteristics of parents to the child. Offspring means child. Next, it has a property to synthesize exact copies of itself. So DNA, it can has a replication property. Itself it can undergo replication and form another DNA. Okay, it synthesis RNA. So in RNA synthesis also DNA is used. First one, it will reserve a genetic information. Second one, it will transfer hereditary information from the parent to the child. Third one, it has a property of replication. That means itself undergo replication and form another copy. Fourth application, it will useful for the synthesis of RNA. I hope you understood. Now we will study how the DNA looks like. So carefully see here, guys. So DNA, this is a DNA structure, double standard polynucleotide chain. Look at here, this one is a one standard, 5 prime, whatever I written. This is a 3 prime. Okay, whatever red color you are looking, that is adenine. Whatever yellow color, orange color you are looking, that is a thymine. And blue color, guanine. Green color, cytosine. So that means, carefully see here, always red will bonded to the orange yellow, and carefully see, blue will bond to the green. That indicates adenine is always bonded to thymine and guanine is already bonded to cytosine. So these are called base pair. What these all are? Adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. These are the base pairs, nitrogen base pairs found in DNA. We have already studied the nitrogen base pair, what the adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosines are, how they looks like in earlier stage only. I hope you understood. So this is a structure of DNA and function of DNA, and DNA is nothing but a double standard polynucleotide chain. Okay, now we will study next one, that is RNA. Okay, RNA is nothing but single standard polynucleotide chain, but DNA is a double standard polynucleotide chain. RNA can be classified into mRNA, rRNA and tRNA, where M refers to messenger, TR refers to ribosomal, and T refers to transfer. So these are what these mRNA, RNA and tRNA nothing but they will indicate their function, what the RNA will do. mRNA will acts as a messenger, rRNA acts as a ribosomal because it found in the ribosome, tRNA acts as a transfer of genetic material. Okay, we will study the function of RNA. So mainly the RNA functionates. What is the function of RNA means? mRNA carries specific information for protein synthesis. That means from DNA, the mRNA carries the specific information for the protein synthesis. Okay, next one, tRNA. tRNA brings specific amino acid to place of protein synthesis. mRNA carries the information from the DNA to the protein synthesis. tRNA brings specific amino acid to the place of protein synthesis. Next one, rRNA. So what rRNA is means? rRNA is a site of protein synthesis. That means for protein synthesis, this is a position where the protein synthesis occur. I hope you understood. First function is it will carry the specific information from the DNA to the protein synthesis. Second one, tRNA brings specific amino acid information to the protein synthesis. Third one, rRNA is a site of protein synthesis. I hope you understood. Next, we will study Difference between DNA and RNA. So I have just classified the difference between the DNA and RNA. First one, sugar. Sugar, we have already studied. Sugar present in DNA is beta D 2-deoxyribose, but that of RNA is beta D ribose. So bases, nitrogen bases present in DNA is same thing, adenine, guanine, cytosine. But in RNA, adenine, guanine, cytosine is there. But here it is a uracil. Uracil is a nitrogen base present only in RNA, and thymine is a only nitrogen base found in DNA. That means adenine, guanine, cytosines are present in both, but thymine is present in DNA, uracil is present in RNA. Next one, regarding a structure. So here it is a double standard helical structure, it is a single standard helical structure. Next, regarding molecular mass, large molecular mass of 6 to 16 million U is present in a DNA, but here lower molecular mass of 20,000 to 40,000 U is there here. I hope you understood. Carefully see here, sugar present in DNA is beta D 2-deoxyribose, and in RNA it is beta D ribose. Bases, nitrogen bases present in DNA are adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. In RNA, adenine, guanine, cytosines are there, but thymine is absent in RNA. In place of thymine, here it is a uracil. Okay, next one, structure. So in DNA, double standard helical structure is there, but in RNA, single standard polynucleotide structure is there. Next one, regarding replication. So replication is nothing but doubling its nature. So DNA has its replication capacity, but RNA does not has replication capacity. RNA does not has replication capacity. Next one, regarding genetic information. So it controls transmission of genetic information. Which one? DNA. But RNA does not control, it just regulates the protein synthesis. I hope you understood, guys. So this is regarding the difference between DNA and RNA. Just I will recall once. Carefully see here. So because it is very important. Sugar present in DNA is beta deoxyribose, but sugar present in RNA is beta D ribose. What is difference between beta D2-oxyribose and beta D ribose? We have already studied. At the second carbon atom in deoxyribose there is a not OH group, there is a H group, but in beta D ribose second carbon atom OH group is there. Because of absence of O, this is called deoxy. Because of presence of O, it is called beta D ribose. Next one, nitrogen bases. So nitrogen bases present in DNA are adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. But in RNA, same adenine, guanine, cytosines are there, but thymine is not there in RNA. In place of thymine, there is a uracil nitrogen base pair in RNA. Next one, structure. If we come to the structure, the DNA is a double helical standard structure. Double standard helical structure. We have already studied the structure also. Just looks like this, DNA helical structure, right? We have already studied. In between that, nitrogen bases are there here, so they will attach it like this. Okay, you have studied that one. In RNA, only single standard polynucleotide structure is there, no double helical structure, only single standard. Okay, then regarding molecular mass, DNA has a large molecular mass of 6 to 16 milli-U, but RNA has lower molecular mass up to 20,000 to 40,000 U. 1 million means 10 lakh. This is only 40,000. This is a lakh. 6 to 16 million U. That means compared to DNA and RNA, DNA is a heavier than RNA. Now next, regarding replication property, DNA has its replication property, that means it replicates, but RNA does not have a replication property, therefore it does not replicates. Next one, regarding genetic information, it control transmission of genetic information, that is nothing but our DNA, but RNA, it regulates the protein synthesis. This is a function. DNA will transmit a genetic information, but RNA regulates the protein synthesis. So I hope you understood regarding everything. So this is regarding this session, guys. So here is the end of this biomolecule chapter. So in next coming classes, we are going to start a next new chapter. Okay, I hope you understood. If you have any doubts and queries regarding this session, you can comment below and you are welcome to ask a questions. Thank you. Thank you one and all.